What is up, YouTube? I'm Darian.
What's up? I'm James.
Together, man, we are
The Wave. What was it reacting?
Reacting to the dark meanings behind Hey Y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hey y'all.
You gotta let me say
Oh, my bad.
You gotta be in sync, you feel me?
Hey.
That was trash. Oh my goodness, that was corny.
Oh, yes it was. Cause you know what to do.
You know what?
I just remember that part.
Hey, that might just be the happiest sounding song released during the 2000s. For nearly 20 years, it's had people shamelessly dancing and singing along with every listen.
Hopefully they don't copyright.
It's a song that single-handedly made Polaroid cool again.
Like a Polaroid.
Hey Yeah was a crossover hit, sitting on top of the Hot 100 for 9 straight weeks, going platinum in a number of regions around the globe. It became the first song to ever reach 1 million paid downloads on iTunes, eventually winning the Grammy for Best Urban Alternative Performance. The single was seen as a breakthrough for the hip-hop industry, being one of the first hip-hop songs to be widely played on adult contemporary stations. But the catchy funk tune is one of the most deceivingly happy-sounding songs recorded. Andre 3000 goes to great lengths in proving that most people don't care about the deeper meaning within songs. They just want to dance. Let's take a look at the darker meaning behind Hey Ya.
Darker meaning behind
Coming fresh off their 4th album, Stankonia, Outkast decided to divide and conquer with their next album. Each member would spend the next 2 years creating solo albums, releasing them as a double LP under the Outkast name. When Speakerboxxx and The Love Below arrived in 2003, its two sides were very different albums. Big Boy's cameos featured Jay-Z and Ludacris in some dirty southern hip-hop stylings, while Andre 3000's side was all sex, jazz, funk, and more sex. It would become their most commercially successful album, and in large part due to the first single they released. Originally titled Thank God for Mom and Dad, Andre 3000 wrote the track during the making of their Stankonia record. It wasn't until December of 2002 when he'd head into studio to record the track. He was inspired by bands like the Ramones and the Smiths and used an acoustic guitar to lay down the groundwork, improvising lyrics along the way. The Love Below is about the quest for love, with each track representing a different woman. None of them are autobiographical, just fantasies or tangents based on real life. At its core, Hey Ya is an ironically bleak track about the current state of relationships. Let's break this thing down for just a few seconds. Straight off the top, the narrator tells us that his girl won't cheat on him because she loves him, and he really believes that. But he thinks that maybe she's only faithful because she's afraid of being alone. He goes on to comment on past generations and how they managed to stay married for decades, while this new generation is seeing divorce rates soar. He's stuck in this relationship with a woman he no longer loves, and it's becoming clear that she's lost that feeling for him as well. The protagonist wonders what the purpose of continuing the relationship is. But the song masks its messages with alternating falsettos and frequent repetition to the point where we don't comprehend its true meaning. Our protagonist ponders over if they're staying together out of tradition, ignoring their real feelings and sacrificing their happiness for it. Many people stay in unhappy relationships rather than doing what's right for them and leaving. And for a moment, I think it's over. The entire audience should get it by now. But they don't. We're in denial, and Andre calls us out for it. But it's buried in the beginning of another chorus. And he was right. Many people still see this as a happy pop rap song, ignoring its true nature. The video is further commentary on how the world reacted to the single. Just pure, unadulterated adoration. The video's overwhelming positivity and enthusiasm also overshadows its themes. But the song does something interesting musically as well. It uses what's called a deceptive or interrupted cadence. See, each phrase of the song is split into 6 measures and has a chord progression of 1, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know. What are you talking about, boy? I'm loud, boy.
In band class, my instrument broke, and I didn't know how to read music, so I just stood in the back.
The first 4/4 measure is in G major, with the second and third 4/4 measure in C major. Andre then uses a deceptive cadence with a 2/4 measure of a D major chord before quickly jumping into 2 4/4 measures of an E major chord. Traditionally, the 5 chord, D major in this case, wants to resolve back to the 1, but it doesn't. We are then deceived. It invokes the song with a hanging or suspended feeling, and its use here perfectly encapsulates the lyrics' themes of hanging on to relationships. The narrator moves on and then tells us what they do want. To avoid a serious relationship,
the frick? I never caught this
they
ever
can
in
simply
my
have
life.
fun with.
We
And
all
without
been there.
context, the lyrics that do
crazy.
stand out sound like typical rap fodder. Finally, the song wraps up telling listeners, and maybe that's to listen to your gut, to avoid unhappiness. And if that means getting out of a bad relationship when love and emotions begin to fade, you should know what to do. It doesn't make sense to stick together when those emotions are gone. And if they are still present, then just enjoy each other and avoid complicating things. Hey Ya is one of the best tracks of the last 20 years. Not only for its irresistible groove, but because of its cheeky way of making a statement on modern relationships and the music we enjoy. Thematically, it covers a lot of ground that appeals to a lot of people. And maybe we ignore it because music should be an escape, and we don't want to hear it. We know what the right thing to do is, but maybe we just want to keep dancing. And for what it's worth, you're not actually supposed to shake Polaroid pictures.
Oh,
It's time to start focusing on yourself. We spend a lot of energy in attempting to make...
But yeah, man, that's the video, man. Well put together video, dog. I didn't know. Huh?
Not really, but
That video wasn't put together well. Bro, and he made it so it won't get copyrighted.
well,
The way he chopped up everything. He broke
He didn't-
everything down.
he didn't go into the whole song. He just went to parts of it.
I know that he was saying the parts that was what's it called? That was dark.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't dark.
This
but-
guy right
It
here.
wasn't dark, but it was.
But you get what he was saying. You get
Yeah, I get what he was saying, but it wasn't dark. Like,
He made a sad song.
I know, and everybody was just dancing to
He made
it.
a sad song happen.
That's what everybody do now.
Okay. I'm just saying though.
And we don't listen to the lyrics no more. We
You just listen to the beat and the cadence of the person.
Yeah, shake it, shake it, like a pull
I might put like a big booty girl. Like, I might do that. Like right here behind it. That'd be cold as freak.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, all praises.
To the Most High.
We up out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed this, man.